Yes, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Mekakodash. The brother of Syria is an apostle, is a great millstone. And citation to the elect around you at this opportunity with truth and sincerity, waking up Yahweh's people, Israelites. And if you are unfaithful, Akwatsu under the husband, listening and learning. Yes, Shalom again. This is brother Yahara down here, coming with a video. Yeah, I made this video because in the group chat the other day, it was, they don't know how go on with these other camps. These other camps, they trusting in Esau's sword, right? But we do not trust in Esau's sword. We trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? We trust in the Father because we do not wrestle with the flesh. Yeah, in my last video, we wrestle not with the flesh, right? Without further ado, let me get to this precept here. Let's look at Matthew chapter 26 and verse 52. I started 51. It says, and behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew for his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. Yeah, we all know who drew for the sword, right? And smote off the ear, right? So here's what Yahushua telling him now. It said, then said Yahushua unto him, put up thy sword into thy place, right? A sword have a well, I mean to show the correct name for it, but it's sack, right? So Yahushua let know, put back his sword in its place. It say, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword, right? So who, as the scriptures say, right, who live by the sword, they shall surely die by the sword, right? So we know, man of the Lord, we going through that, we wrestle not with the flesh, right? Yeah, verse 53, it says, thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father? Same goes for the man of the Lord, right? Yahweh, we could pray to Yahweh, right, for deliverance in our time. But if it's time for us to go, then Yahweh say, right, it's time for us to go and meet the Father, right? So same thing as Yahweh Shai saying here, in our time of adversity, right, we could pray unto Yahweh Shai for deliverance. It say, thinkest thou that I cannot pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 20 legions of angels, right? So at any time Yahweh Shai could have called along these angels, right, to destroy the enemies, right? Yeah, let me get to this next precept here. This is book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. You see, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, right? We're not warring after this flesh. We're not fighting a carnal fight, right? The fight that we fighting is spiritual, right? And through Yahweh Hashem Shai, he destroying our enemies, right? We as we just say, right? We prophesying the downfall of this kingdom spiritually, right? We prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, and how many time come Yahweh Hashem Shai go and bring down the Yahweh Hashem Shai go and put in the work, right? Even with the men and the Lord and all too, the 144,000 elect men, right? You go and pull along this kingdom, right? And that is when the end going on come. Like we prophesying down for this kingdom, we just prophesying things to come, and it will happen, because not one of the Most High speak, right? Not one gonna falter. Yeah, verse 4 it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, as I was saying just now. Yahweh come back and destroy this place and pull down Esau from his stronghold, right? Because right now this is Esau's stronghold. Right now this kingdom, this is his kingdom. He's the head honcho, right? Esau and them is the kings, right? Them is the kings in the face of the earth, right? But when the time come and Yahweh shall come back to render his vengeance on these wicked people and this wicked nation and these two jakes and all too, right? That is when the pulling down going and start. It's like here. Yeah, I was not family. Let me get to this next piece up here. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 2. It see, I feel I have the wrong piece up here. Let's see if I get this precept here. Bear with me, Baba Kusha. I know it is in Ephesians. Well, so that about that. I wasn't correct precept, but yeah, this book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. Yeah, it say, I was from verse 11, it say, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? UE, right? The so-called the so-called white man, this pale skin fella, this red skin fella, right? We have to put on the armor of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And the armor of Yahweh Shem Yahshai is righteousness, the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? It's a for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Right? This wicked kingdom here. That is we wrestling with, spiritually wrestling with this kingdom. Right? We pulling down this kingdom spiritually by prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. Right? It's against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. Right? Who's the rulers of darkness? Because remember, we was in the darkness. And we come into the light. Right? So the rulers of darkness is them wicked heathens and them. Right? Them wicked heathens and them UE. Because watch who bring forth all these other doctrines, right? To make Israel fall off. Right, to try to make the elect man lose the crown, right? But the scriptures say that whoever that set the net, but themselves going on. That's roughly paraphrasing. Themselves gonna be caught in the own net, right? Yeah, it's against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? So them wicked heathens and them, that is who we fighting against spiritually, not physically. We ain't gonna look to pick up no sword. We ain't gonna look to trust in his sword, right? Because his sword that is his strength, right? That is his stronghold. But what is the Menai Lord stronghold? What is the Israelite stronghold? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're not trusting in them's power, right? We're trusting in we power, right? Because what ways we blessings, right? We blessing is the kingdom of heaven. And to obtain the kingdom of heaven, we have to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is we strength. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is we shield and buckler, right? It's verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, right? The Lord's statutes and commandments. This is what we read in here, the Bible. Sincerely, right? And you can't just take this. You can't just take this. That's so, because as the scripture say in I must see if I think it was Hebrews. I must see if I get it here. Yeah, bear with me, Bakusha. Yeah, Hebrews 5. I'll come back to the Ephesians. Right, Hebrews 5 and verse 12. It say for when for time ye ought to be teachers, right? Because that is what's going on, right? The men and the Lord, right? Right now we out in the highways and byways, we out in these social media platforms, right? Preaching the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, waking up the Israelites, right? Waking up the Israelites to the heritage, right? Say for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again. Yeah, because we already know this from the days of old. That why they say ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Because firstly we have like simple as my big brother, Yakal. Right? What's going on? When I was in the world, I needed him to teach me for me to come and teach somebody else. Right? Yeah, it say continue to say, and I become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Right? So when you know come into this truth, right, it's somebody teaching you. And then when the years go by, you will teach someone else. Right? The oracles of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Yeah, well, let's start about this Ephesians 6 and 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's like, yeah. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day. And that evil day going back to what? The evil day going back to what? The evil day going back to the time when Yahweh Hashem Yahushai come. Right? Because that's roughly paraphrasing. The scriptures say that seek came before seek him, well, let's paraphrasing now. Seek him before the time comes. Seek him before that evil day come. Right? Seek him before the evil days come not. Right? Continuing, it says, and having done all to stand. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. Right? With this truth here. Truth that the 100% truth that GMS bring forth to the brothers around there at Azah. Brothers and sisters around the Ataza, right? And having the breastplate of righteousness, right? This is the breastplate of righteousness. This is righteous, right? This is righteousness here that the men of the Lord preaching here and the four corners of the Ataza, right? Because without this righteousness, you can't stand against the wiles of the wicked man. You saw it, we can't stand against you if we don't have this doctrine here. This wonderful doctrine that the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai give unto us. We get to this next precept here. This book of Psalms, chapter 28 and verse 7. Yeah, it says, Yahweh is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped, therefore my heart greatly rejoice. Yeah, if we rejoice now, and when we can when we can rejoice the most, is when my Lord get take up in his chariots, right? When you get take up in his chariots, amen. Better than rejoicing and giving praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We have rejoicing now, and the time we can rejoice even more exceedingly is when the time come, right? And we endure to the end, right? And we get beam up in the chariots with Yahweh and Yahushai. It's a and with my song I will praise him. Yeah, Kalalayam la alayam now Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Bashem Kakodash. Yeah, verse 8 it says the Lord is their strength. Right, the Lord is their strength. Going back to the men of the Lord, right? The Israelites. Right, so the Lord is their strength, and he is the saving strength of his anointed. Right, the anointed is the 1/3. Yeah, so we will wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that time to come. We're not trusting in his sword, right? We're not trusting in them stronghold. Our stronghold is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We trust not in man. In man's strength. Yeah, verse 9 it says, save thy people and bless thy inheritance, feed them also and lift them up forever. Yeah, when the time come, we gonna be on the top forever. Right? We gonna be up forever. Right? When Yahweh Hashem Yahushai lift us up. Right? When Yahweh lift us up, you have no one that could take us down. Yeah, I feel this might be the yes, precept. This is look Romans chapter 12 and verse 19. Yeah, it say, dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. Right, so as the scripture says, we have to be slow to wrath, right? Slow to get angry. That way, say, dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, right? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is the one who can come back and get vengeance for us. Right now, at this time, and what we gonna do, eh? What we gonna do? All the guns you want to buy, all Esau you want to trust in. What are gonna do for us? That ain't gonna do us nothing. I could buy 10 AKs, 4 Mach 11, 15 Glock 19. You understand? And that's still ain't gonna do Esau nothing. You might take down a few of them, but we're gonna go and you gonna die. You gonna die by the sword because they're living by the sword. That's why it say, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, vengeance is Yahweh's. Right? I will repay, saith Yahweh. Right? So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai can get vengeance on this wicked place. So like, yeah. Yeah. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai can get vengeance for us. Yeah, this here is the book of Isaiah. Chapter 40 and verse 31. Right? Well, outside of verse 30, it says, even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But here we say in verse 31, it says, but they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. Right? So when that time come back and brothers endure to the end. Right, when the time come and brothers endure to the end, we're gonna go on. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gonna strengthen our hearts. Right? When you say your heart, going back to your mind, going back to the spirit. Right? Yeah, I also to Wrestle, okay, it say, but they that wait on Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Right? So we gonna that 1 minute Lord gonna get our spiritual power. Right? That we say wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he shall renew our strength. Right? As the song the brother make and all too. Wait on Yahweh Shai. Yeah, well, this could be the last precept here. In Psalm 12, Psalms 44. And verse 5. It say, yeah, it said, though thee, yes, like I said, through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. Yeah. That is when Yahweh Shai come back, he can give us that spiritual powers. That is when we can have the strength, right? To tread them down. It say, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. Right? In that time, why we trusting in my sword? Why we trusting in my bow? Why we trusting even in my hands to come against this wicked people? To come against E? No. Yahweh Shai will save us in that time, man. That is say, wait on Yahweh Shai. He will strengthen our hearts. That was scripture say in Wisdom of Solomon, right? When that time come, and the soul feel that they get through the kill him and the Lord, but no, men will go and come back. Men will come back surely to get revenge on this wicked place and these wicked people, right? It say, but thou hast saved us from our enemies, and has put them to shame that hated us. It say, anyhow we boast all day long and praise thy name forever. You understand? We praise the name about thy name forever and ever until the day come. Until the day come, right? That he come back for us. No self, we gonna be praising him exceedingly. Hey, I hope this video was edifying. Just want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, the born and still the apostles are great millstone, and salutation to the brothers around the Atazap, preaching this word in truth and sincerity, preaching this doctrine that Yahweh Shai given to us, this 100% doctrine, coming out from GMS, right? Great millstone. All these other camps that are bugged out. They want to trust in Esau's sword, but we trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, shalom, shalom. The volunteers and apostles are great millstone, and salutation to the brothers around the Atazar, preaching this truth. You understand? Preaching this truth around the world in sincerity. And if you unfaithful upwards under the husband, listening and learning in severity, shalom, shalom again.